So before this video even starts, I just want to put out a disclaimer. I do not think the Actman's video should have been taken down. I don't think he should have been demonetized either. I think YouTube was massively overreacting in both cases, and we're literally just looking for any reason to basically lash out against him. So I just wanted to make this clear at the beginning because I know most people are not going to watch the entire video, so just want to make it abundantly clear. In terms of the whole YouTube versus Actman scenario, I am 100% on Actman's side. So just wanted to make that clear, and let's go ahead and get on with the video.
Now, one of the talking points they've been trying to cancel me with for the longest time is saying that I'm some homophobic, you guys, the whole spiel that they push out. Let me just kind of put this out there. It'd be very hard to be a vegan like I am and be homophobic. A vegan literally can't be homophobic.
Bro, how much you guys want to bet that this man is a vegan just because he doesn't like the idea of putting meat in his mouth? But what's up, guys? I hope you all are having a great day today, just full of positivity and happiness, dude. It's good to be back, and today we're going to be talking about one of the bigger pieces of YouTube drama in the past couple years, and that, of course, is YouTube versus the Actman. So I'm pretty sure everybody's familiar with the entire background of this entire drama. I don't really feel like I need to rehash it. There's a million videos on YouTube covering everything that's happened up until this point, but what I do want to do here today is make, I guess, just like a video wrapping this entire thing up, looking at what happened, what came of it, what are the key takeaways in this entire situation. Like, what has changed as a result of this, and what did we learn coming out of this entire thing? Because I think, for all intents and purposes, this drama's dead. I don't really see any new big developments coming out, unless Quantum and Actman go, like, completely batshit insane, and then just... I don't even know what they would do at this point to escalate it further, but you never know, man. We did have a grown man call another grown man's mother over YouTube drama, so who even knows at this point? This could only be the fucking beginning.
Bro, ask him. Don't think I'm playing around. I called Actman's mother to get a hold of him to let him know the kind of damage he was causing, okay? I'm not fucking around with this.
Now, I went ahead and broke this video up into different chapters because I figured that'd be the best way to approach it and just look at all the different outcomes of this wonderful situation, and what better place to start off than where it began, and that, of course, is with QuantumTV.
A vegan literally can't be homophobic.
Now, I'm not going to sit here and go through every single thing that QuantumTV did wrong in this entire situation, because one, we'd be here all day, and two, it's been well documented up to this point. I mean, I'll put my video down in the description below if you want to go watch it. I made 2 videos on him, basically detailing my interaction with him, and on top of that, the whole situation regarding him calling the Actman's mother.
Ask him. Don't think I'm playing around. I called Actman's mother to get a hold of him to let...
But that horse is already beaten, dead, and buried, and I don't really feel like we need to go grab a shovel and dig all that shit up, but hey, that's just me. But I do think it is important to point out the fact that QuantumTV indisputably took probably the biggest W in all of YouTube drama history. Now, I know me pointing that out is going to have a bunch of little kids in the comments being like, oh my god, he's siding with QuantumTV and not the Actman. Like, shut the fuck up. I literally have been calling out QuantumTV for 2 years before you motherfuckers even knew about him, when he was still wearing a fucking Deadpool mask. You know, you don't have to be in favor of someone to point out that they took the W in the situation. That's just called being objective. Like, even with the entire YouTube community basically gunning for this man's cheeks with what we believe to be like an insurmountable amount of evidence proving that this guy should not be on the platform if YouTube gave even remotely a fuck about their TOS, even with all of that, YouTube did nothing. He didn't even receive a strike. He didn't get demonetized. A video didn't get age restricted, nothing. He walked out of this completely unscathed, and for that reason, I have to give him a big W in this situation. You know, congratulations, Quantum. I will admit that we took the L and you definitely took the W. But I think there's 2 ways to look at this entire thing, which, you know, call it a silver lining if you want. I mean, the first obviously is negative. YouTube doesn't care about their TOS, which, big shocker there, a social media platform selectively enforcing their terms of service. Never seen that one before. But the other way, and the more positive way I like to look at it, is take QuantumTV out of the equation, take Actman out of the equation, and just put 2 completely random people. What I think is kind of a good thing to come out of this entire situation is the fact that we kind of saw YouTube not respond to public outcry and ban someone just because it was the popular opinion to do so. Like, if anything, that gives me maybe a little sliver of hope that YouTube is not just actively looking for a reason to ban people constantly constantly, and they aren't taking like public outcry into account in determining whether or not someone should be removed from the platform. Now, this could be completely naive thinking on my part, and YouTube might prove me wrong in a matter of fucking minutes. Who even knows? But call it copium or whatever, but the way I do like to kind of frame this in my mind is like, even with massive YouTubers calling someone out, demanding they get banned from the platform, YouTube didn't buckle, and they didn't ban someone because there wasn't enough evidence in their opinion that was live on the internet, not old screenshots of deleted tweets and things like that, but not enough live evidence to do so, which, call me naive again, I don't know, YouTube may be more than willing to prove me wrong in the very near future, but I do think that is a somewhat promising sign and at least some positive we can take away from this entire thing looking back on it. But that's all I really wanted to say on QuantumTV. I don't really think we need to dig up too much other stuff that's been previously mentioned, but to QuantumTV, I do honestly want to say congrats, man. You did take the W in this situation, and I can admit when I need to hold my L, so this is definitely one of those times, man. And shit, I am definitely not alone on that one. This is where the drama gets very interesting. So originally, the Act Man made 2 videos on Quantum. The first of which was basically making fun of his bad take on Elden Ring, and the second one was basically a video exposing Quantum for all the stuff he's done wrong on YouTube after Quantum tried to strike down the Act Man's previous video where he made fun of his Elden Ring take. Now, this video was very in-depth, went over almost every single thing Quantum has done wrong, went over a litany of different reasons why he should be removed from the platform, and I think most people, including myself, after watching this video would come to the conclusion that, pick any reason named in the video, QuantumTV probably should not be on YouTube right now if YouTube wants to claim that they actually enforce their TOS across the board to all users on the platform. But there was one fatal flaw with this video that the Act Man put out, and I think this flaw is the only reason to this day why QuantumTV is still on YouTube.
This has everything to do with a disorder. Ego. Listen very closely once more. I will get your YouTube channel deleted. You have committed crimes in no unmistaken—
Stop! You violated the law.
I have contacts at YouTube. I have already messaged. We have a meeting set up. I suggest you make peace with whatever content you wish to publish on your channel before you see this screen again. And Quantum, you're gonna see it again.
Now, in that clip, Actman's basically flexing the fact that he has a meeting with YouTube and is going to do everything to make sure he gets banned. Now, call this a theory, but I have a feeling someone at YouTube who reviewed this entire thing saw that clip and said, you know what, we can't get rid of him because now it looks like we're getting bullied into making a TOS decision and banning someone because of content creators putting pressure on us. Which, if Actman wouldn't have flexed the fact he had that meeting and didn't say, like, I will make sure you get banned, I honestly think Quantum would be gone. I think YouTube would have no problem banning him. He's a 60k sub channel. Nobody would actually give a fuck past maybe a couple days if he did get banned, and chances are he'd probably just make another account like he did previously and come right back onto the platform, and nobody would give a fuck at the end of the day. But I think it's because Actman basically was implying that he was judge, jury, and executioner. When it came to YouTube's TOS, they were basically like, you know what, we can't go through with this because it's gonna make it look like that content creators can basically bully us into a decision. Now, that aside, Actman had his meeting with YouTube, sent them all the pertinent information regarding Quantum, screenshots, Wayback Machine archives, video links, you name it. He sent them everything he had on QuantumTV, and they got back to him a few days later saying they had reviewed the information and had come to the determination that they could not ban him off the information provided, which, I'm gonna be honest, I have never heard of YouTube actually allowing a content creator to reach out to them, submit information, and they would actually personally review the information and determine if the person gets banned. Typically, the generic answer you hear is, well, use the report feature and our content team will take a look at it. That's usually all you hear. So the fact that they were actually willing to go over that information is pretty fucking incredible, I must say. I've never seen that happen before, but it wasn't the answer that the Act Man was looking for. So he made a follow-up video basically calling out YouTube for their hypocrisy, which this video I felt like was spot on. You could definitely see how they were being very hypocritical in the situation and basically ignoring clear violations of their TOS TOS. He provided a bunch of proof and evidence that Quantum was ban evading, etc. Like, you get the point. Like, it was a very well done video with a lot of great information provided. But there was one issue with this video which nobody saw coming. So in the video, there was an edited picture of QuantumTV eating a cucumber. And I can't even show it here because this is the thing that got the Actman's video taken down, because it was considered like unwanted sexual harassment or something along the lines of that, which I find kind of funny considering the fact that QuantumTV is a self-proclaimed vegan.
A vegan literally can't be homophobic. If I'm so homophobic, why would I support their businesses? It doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
So even if you take it literally or figuratively, he shouldn't have an issue with it, because in his video he says he's vegan, so eating cucumbers, I assume, is something he does regularly, and if you take it figuratively, he basically implies that all vegans are gay. So again, he shouldn't have an issue with it whatsoever, but that is the thing that got the video taken down, which is absolutely mind-blowing to me. Now, I have another theory, and a lot of other people have theories as well, about the fact that he basically named, like, YouTube employees in the video, implied that they were defending hate, quote unquote, which is a hashtag that the Actman and his fans were throwing around Twitter, like hashtag YouTube sides with hate, like that type of stuff, basically implying that YouTube was supporting racism, homophobia, go down the list of like generic Twitter arguments. You get the point. That's where it kind of lost me. Like, it got into the realm of virtue signaling and just like throwing shit against a wall and hoping it sticks. I don't know. I don't like that type of stuff typically, but you know, it is what it is. But basically in that video, he had like the faces and names of YouTube employees acting like they were defending QuantumTV and saying like they agreed with all the crazy shit that he had said, which naturally, if you're a San Francisco-based social media employee, chances are you're probably not gonna like that. So I think that's the real reason why the Actman's video got struck down, and they just used the cucumber as an excuse. But anyway, Actman did not take this very well, I think, as any sane human being would. Like, I'd be pissed off too if my video got taken down for a dude eating a cucumber, so they say. But anyway, he made some tweets, which have come back to really bite him in the ass, which at the time we didn't actually know were an issue. But he made some jokes in a tweet that YouTube really just did not like, and that brings us to the next part of this video.
You either die a hero, or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
So I just want to go ahead and give this disclaimer before we even get into this part of the video, because I already know people are going to misconstrue this part or just get blindly angry. So let's make it abundantly clear. I don't think the Actman's video should have been struck down. I think it should still be up. It did not do anything wrong by any stretch of the imagination, and on top of that, he should have never lost his monetization. YouTube was being petty as fuck and in their feelings over some dumb shit when they decided to do that. I do not think the Actman did anything wrong when it comes to the stuff that YouTube punished him over, but his handling of the situation from here on out is questionable at best. So we go back to the tweet. The tweets are out for about half a day, maybe even less, before they're deleted. And at the time, we had no idea why the tweets were deleted or why his channel soon got demonetized. And when his channel got demonetized, rumors were running rampant. Oh, it was Quantum. You know, he got into contact with YouTube and claimed racism. He mass flagged the Actman. You know, it was all over the place. And Actman kind of insinuated that it was mass flagging from Quantum that resulted in this decision to remove him from the YouTube partner program, when in reality he knew from the very beginning exactly why he was removed from the partner program, and this is where I started to take issue. So fast forward a little bit to his interview with Philip DeFranco, where basically it comes out that the Actman was removed from YouTube's partnership program, not because of anything having to do with QuantumTV, his fans, or any of the videos related to that situation. It was solely based on a couple of tweets that the Actman put out, where he was obviously joking about doxing YouTube employees and stuff of that nature, which, you know, when YouTube's already gunning for you is probably not the best thing to do from an optics perspective, or just in general, because you're just giving your enemy more ammunition to use against you, which is exactly what YouTube did, and that is the reason why they removed him from the YouTube YouTube partnership program. Now, this is where it kind of gets interesting because it was actually YouTube that came out on Twitter before the Act Man ever did and revealed the reason for why he was removed from the partner program and was demonetized indefinitely. So in this entire situation where Act Man was arguing for more transparency from YouTube, he was being the least transparent in this particular situation, not sharing this vital information regarding the nature of his demonetization because it probably made him look bad and he was worried people were going to turn against him or maybe not take his side, which in either case, it's bullshit that fucking YouTube removed him over something that fucking petty. I mean, anyone with eyes can tell those were jokes and should not be taken seriously, but once again, YouTube was already gunning for this man and he gave them more ammunition to do so. But it just really struck me the wrong way when he withheld that information, especially considering how at every step of this, he's trying to actively involve the YouTube community to come to his defense. And when you have information that important regarding the situation and you're purposely withholding it from those very people who are, as you said, going out on a limb to basically risk their entire channel to defend you, why are you not giving them the information that they need to do so? Because now QuantumTV would have a case to basically say, like, look, all these people are falsely accusing me of getting the Act Man demonetized. This is harassment. So literally, you're hurting the people who are trying to defend you. And this is where I kind of made myself take a step back and look at things more objectively and not just go on the blind defense anymore. Because when stuff like this happens, I don't like it. I think if you're involving the community to this level, you should be open, honest, and provide them with all the information that's been given to you. And the fact we had to get that information from YouTube of all people just makes it sting even more. But just in his own words, in case you guys think I'm lying, like, YouTube warned him about these tweets. In fact, they were the ones who told him to take him down in the first place.
June 3rd, 4th, 5th, I posted the satirical tweets. And then the one about doxing adventures, they asked me to take it down through the partner manager, and so I did. The tweet was only up for about 5 hours, and so I thought that would be the end of it. But so the tweet was up for 5 hours before I deleted it because they asked me to, and then they demonetized the channel anyways.
Well, it sounds like somebody lower asked you to pull it down to try to save you, and then somebody up at the top like found it possibly. And
that's exactly what I was thinking.
But just you wait, it didn't stop there, because just with like all downward spirals, you know, you got to take a nosedive at some point and turn into the very thing you swore to destroy. So at this point in time, if you criticized basically anything having to do with the way Act Man was handling the situation, or saying like the tweets weren't a good idea, or just anything, like asking any sort of questions, because like now we knew he was withholding information, so it's like, well, what else is out there that he's not telling us? So if you fell into that boat and you dared to ask the question of, well, what else do we not know? Basically, Act Man's fans, and in some cases, Act Man would basically attack you, saying that you're a white knight for QuantumTV and all this other stupid shit, like, oh, you're siding with hatred, you know, all this crappy Twitter, you know, regurgitation of insult type shit. The perfect example of this was with a YouTuber by the name of TommyC. And TommyC was very critical of Act Man. He basically had the stance of that the Act Man let his ego get the better of him and did not handle the situation well, which, looking back on this entire thing now, I think is a spot-on take, especially knowing what we're about to know happened in this entire situation. But basically, TommyC was very critical, and the Act Man did not like this whatsoever and started calling him out on Twitter. So what does TommyC do next? He gets J Station, of all people, to make a calling Act Man's mom at 3 a.m. video. And holy shit, bro, this video was funny as fuck.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another 3 a.m. challenge. Today, we are calling Ant-Man's mom at 3 a.m. Oh my god, what is she gonna do, guys? Let's smash the like button right now, guys. Let's get it. All right, guys, we got Mommy Ant-Man's phone number right here. I am so scared to do this. Okay, we're gonna call her. It's calling right now. Okay, I don't know if she's gonna pick up.
Hello?
Hello, is this Ant-Man's mom?
Who's calling?
What up, bitch?
Now, like the Act Man's tweets, this was an obvious joke. J Station was obviously not calling the Act Man's mother, but you might as well have thought he did by the way the Act Man responded when he put out these tweets. J Station just uploaded a video calling my mom at 3 a.m. This is real, laugh my ass off. And then he replied to himself saying, while hilarious, unfortunately now TommyC has uploaded content from a user with a previous restriction, and therefore YouTube is well within their right to take action action against him and this video. Congratulations, dipshit. You played yourself. Now, this is basically, if you guys aren't familiar with the term, a dog whistle. Basically encouraging his fans to go and report the video for breaking TOS, which is what's even funnier because this is not breaking TOS. You are allowed to have banned YouTubers on your YouTube channel. There is no rule against that. We've seen countless people interview Alex Jones. Leafy's been on other people's YouTube channels. I mean, fuck, dude, Keemstar's literally had a YouTube channel for the past 10 years after being banned for the most part. Like, this is not a rule on YouTube, and it makes the Act Man look extremely petty and extremely hypocritical, but it also shows that he doesn't have a basic understanding of the terms of service, which weakens his entire initial argument against QuantumTV and makes him look ill-informed of the terms of service that he's been the valiant defender of for the past couple months. I mean, it just makes him look really hypocritical on basically any level you can imagine, especially considering the fact that he has an issue with YouTube demonetizing him over an obvious joke, when now that he doesn't like the topic of an obvious joke, he wants that video struck down, which is just beyond hypocritical. Like, he is literally becoming YouTube and QuantumTV at the exact same time. Quantum wanted people's videos taken down because he didn't like being the topic of those videos, just like YouTube demonetized the Act Man because they didn't like what he was saying about them in the tweets. But now that someone else is making a joke about the Act Man, in return, he wants to strike that video down. Like, you really cannot make this shit up, dude. But don't you guys worry, we haven't even hit rock bottom yet. So someone by the name of Comment Cop replied to the tweet saying, lol, what the fuck, it's a meme. Are you trying to get Tommy banned? And the Act Man replies and says, have you not been paying attention? The whole point of this is that the rules are not being enforced. They need to be, or else crazy shit like QuantumTV happens. J-Station is not allowed on the platform, and it is against TOS to upload content from a restricted user. I'd normally take a more lenient stance towards re-uploads of terminated users, but since this deals with the very real subject of my family being doxxed, I'm taking this seriously. Why should I not? So like right here, he's acting like he's the judge, jury, and executioner when it comes to TOS enforcement on YouTube, acting like, you know, he's allowed to take a more lenient stance when he sees fit. Like, this is just so fucking weird to me, and like I said previously, I genuinely think the only reason QuantumTV is still on this platform is because of this attitude by Act Man, acting like he is the end-all be-all when it comes to YouTube TOS enforcement on the platform. Like, I do not think YouTube is gonna ban anyone that the Act Man says should be banned because of shit like this. Like, Act Man's literally acting like, you know, he's the determining factor whether or not, you know, terminated users are allowed to have re-uploaded content, which, you know, newsflash for you, dipshit, this is not re-uploaded content. TommyC got J-Station to make this for his own video. J-Station never uploaded this video to his channel before it was terminated, once again, not understanding the basic concepts about the TOS that he claims he just wants to be enforced fairly. Well, here is YouTube literally enforcing their TOS. They're not going to strike someone's video down for having a terminated user in the video because it's allowed under the terms of service. J-Station cannot own a channel, but nothing is stopping him from appearing on other people's channels. Comment Cop replies and says, J-Station isn't actually calling your mother in that clip though. It's a satirical skit about a serious topic that shouldn't be ban-worthy, and I don't care if it's from someone who's already terminated, unless it's like EDP, lol, and the Actman says not ban-worthy, strike-worthy. So Actman, I guess your satirical tweets weren't ban-worthy, but they were demonetization-worthy, right? Is that how we're gonna play it? Again, just makes him look extremely hypocritical, because if this is how he feels, why is anyone even bothering to defend him? Because by his own words, he thinks that you should be punished for an obvious joke. So he's being punished for an obvious joke, and as long as you aren't getting banned, it's a-okay. But then we do hit rock bottom, and apparently Actman is now messaging other YouTubers saying that he is going to get TommyC's video struck down. So a YouTuber by the name of Nicholas Diorio leaks his DMs with the Actman and says, also sorry not sorry, I'm obligated to leak this. And in the screenshot it says, oh boy, TommyC about to get a strike if I have anything to say about it. And it's a DM directly from the Actman's verified account, and he links the video of J-Station calling the Actman's mom at 3 a.m., which this is just beyond hypocritical, dude, because now at this point, Actman has become the very thing that he swore to destroy, and literally has come full circle in terms of this drama. Like, this is the very thing that he was trying to call out QuantumTV for from the very beginning of this entire situation, is trying to get people's videos taken down that were critical or satirical about him, and now here he is talking to other YouTubers bragging about how he's gonna make sure this guy gets a strike because he doesn't like the video. Like, this is not a good look no matter how you look at it, and the prime example of that wonderful quote quote from Batman.
You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Now, to his credit, Actman did delete these tweets shortly after being told to by other commentary YouTubers, and did reach out to TommyC and apologize, which I'll go ahead and play a clip from TommyC's stream, and you can kind of judge how he took the apology.
It's buds for you, Actman. So, here is the problem with this. All of it's bullshit.
Now, keep in mind, he never actually, like, publicly apologized for trying to get someone's video struck down, but, you know, at least he sent a DM. But on ReviewTechUSA's stream, which this was brought to my attention, bro, and I was kind of in disbelief when I heard this, but apparently the Actman blamed this entire thing on the thing everyone seems to be blaming these days, and for the past 2 years, none other than COVID.
Yeah. John Bon Zombie, Actman avoiding the question, why did I go after TommyC? Well, because I was angry, and it was in the heat of the moment, and it was a mistake to do that. But I don't know if you're aware of this, Rich, but...
Yeah, what the hell happened with that? I don't know the whole situation,
well,
that's why...
I don't know if... I'd call it COVID brain, but yeah, I just had a lot of stuff going on, and... a lot of stuff hitting me all at once.
Oh, shit, you had COVID. I saw you posted on Twitter.
Yeah,
How you feeling,
dude.
man?
Yeah. Better. I mean, my brain is certainly way more clear. Like, I was on something else last night. But I realized my mistake, and the whole point of that TommyC thing is that, like, yeah, you know, his joke was fine. And there's nothing wrong with that. I was upset by it at first, but... I'm not anymore, and that's the whole point, is that my jokes were clearly jokes and not malicious, as were his, and they should both be protected, and they shouldn't be striked or demonetized because of it.
Like, that makes everything all right, bro. Like, I've had COVID for the past, like, over a month at this point. I haven't been on some energy, like, feeling cute. Might strike someone's critical video of me down tonight type energy, man. I don't know. Like, you guys have heard it on the streams recently. I've been, like, sick as fuck, barely able to talk without coughing for the past month. But you don't see me with quote-unquote COVID brain. But I will say, to his credit, at least he admits he did something wrong. But that kind of brings us to the last and final chapter regarding the whole QuantumTV and Actman saga. And that, of course, is none other than our boy, ReviewTechUSA. So Review Not So Retired Tech USA is probably the only legitimate victim, I think, in this entire situation, looking back on it, because he received a community guideline strike for a joke he made about Quantum, basically implying that Quantum was still, you know, hanging out in the closet, let's say, which maybe wasn't the best idea when you're dealing with a blatant homophobe that's, like, really desperate to get people's videos taken down. So again, that probably gave him the ammunition he needed to flag the video down for, you know, bullying and harassment, which is what I think Rich received the strike for. So probably not the best idea, but overall it was completely harmless, and the video shouldn't have been taken down either way. Once again, YouTube really just going hard on people. But anyway, the video shouldn't have received a community guideline strike. Plain and simple. It is what it is, man. But anyway, as a result of this community guideline strike, which was just a warning, keep in mind, so it didn't really affect his channel in any way, shape, or form, ReviewTechUSA announced that he was retiring from making traditional content on his ReviewTechUSA YouTube channel, and primarily just streaming on his streaming channel.
So my plan going forward is this. On this channel, I'll have highlights of my streams. Maybe if it's a news topic, even a controversial topic, I'll have it here. If it gets demonetized or limited ads, so be it. That's fine. But my main focus is going to be live streaming, whether it be on RTU streams or I go over to Twitch, which I have a partnership on Twitch. Again, I'll have both linked below in the description, and I'll go from there.
Which I thought this was an interesting choice, considering the fact that the stream highlight video is what got him the strike in the first place. So quitting the videos that never got him a strike and only uploading videos that did get him a strike really was kind of a questionable move, in my opinion. Like, I understand, like, previously he had said he wants to transition more to streaming, more so than, like, news content, which I understand. Like, fuck, dude. I mainly just stream these days, and I'm trying to get back into uploading, guys. You know, hold me accountable. But anyway, I can understand that, and I remember him saying in a stream previously that he wanted to focus more on live streaming, and this was kind of the perfect catalyst to do so. Just kind of the reasoning really didn't make sense to me, and he was kind of saying like he was retiring, but he was still streaming on YouTube and still uploading videos to YouTube, so it really wasn't retiring in any way, shape, or form from YouTube. I don't know, man. The whole thing was very confusing. Needless to say, Rich is back. He's no longer retired, quote unquote, and now he's back to making normal YouTube videos. So to wrap this thing up, I know a lot of people have said like this situation has proved there is bias at YouTube. You know, YouTube doesn't fairly enforce their TOS. And to those people, I just say like, where have you been for the last 5 years? Because this is nothing new. There are countless situations where YouTube has way overreached in terms of like applying their TOS, unfairly punishing people, not punishing people where it's deserved. Like there's a long and storied history of this happening on YouTube, and there is nothing new coming out of this situation, plain and simple, that we learned. Like YouTube has not revealed its true self or anything like that because they've done that countless times already. This entire drama is literally a drop in the ocean of the platform known as YouTube.com, because here's a harsh reality to face. If every single viewer of the Act Man just completely boycotted YouTube, never watched another video again, that would almost have zero impact on YouTube's bottom line. Like Google makes so much money, they would not even care. So YouTube doesn't care about this drama, plain and simple. They made their decision, it's not going to change, and no amount of calling them racist, homophobic, or whatever in the YouTube comments is going to make them reverse that decision. Like the best thing that can happen now is Actman just kind of hunkers down, goes back to making his normal content, and hopefully YouTube will remonetize his channel at some point, because any further escalation, I feel like, is just going to make the situation worse for him. And if you're a fan of him, then you should be worried about that happening, because it's very possible that YouTube just says fuck it and never gives him his monetization back. And that's what people calling them racist, saying they only didn't ban Quantum because he's black, like that type of attitude is only going to reinforce their decision and make it even harder for him to get his monetization back. So I think at this point, man, it's just time to kind of look at this entire situation, admit that almost everybody on this platform took a massive fucking L. Quantum took undisputably the largest YouTube drama W in the history of the platform. I don't even know how, man. Like with this many large YouTubers gunning for him, I thought this dude was fucking toast. But anyway, man, I don't know. This entire drama has been very interesting, definitely unexpected, lots of twists and turns, and at the very least, it was somewhat entertaining. So I don't really know what else I can add at this point, dude. So if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to drop a like on it. Would greatly appreciate it. And as always, I just want to say thank you all so much for all the support. You guys are the fucking best, and I really do appreciate it. So thank you so much for that, and I will catch you guys next time.